Everyone. Um, so I think I'll probably be repeating a few points that you just made, Hemant. But the approach that I've used is very, very specific to try and solve this problem about innovation. Uh, in these thoughts come from some of the questions that were asked is if I were to address this kind of a challenge for educating students, how can we do it, or can we do it at all or not? So the first thing is innovation is everywhere, and it has become a necessity to survive. So I don't think it's sort of a luxury anywhere at all. That was the original BlackBerry. BlackBerry has already become obsolete. Samsung's replaced BlackBerry. Nokia came. Nokia has been trying new models, but they cannot compete with iPhone. Mobile space has been seeing so much innovative stuff. I don't know how many of you have heard about Nano Ganesh, which was a small solution that was created to start water pumps remotely by using cell phones and by ringing a remote device. It's been used in agriculture. So innovation is everywhere, and people are copying ideas very, very fast. These are three German brothers called the famous Sanghvi brothers who run this company called Rocket Internet, and they've been copying every famous idea that has been successful in US, like Groupon. So people can copy very, very fast, and there are some companies like Zara, right, who have been able to create a sustainable business model just around staying ahead of the curve. So they innovate and they've created a supply chain which ensures that they're always ahead. So there is a lot of value in staying ahead. So when we start talking about innovation and innovative thinking, I think there are a couple of very important things. One is what leads to innovative thinking is one is curiosity, right? And whether there is this mind which keeps asking the question what and where and how and why, and that is a very, very big thing that drives innovative thinking. The second thing that I see driving towards innovation is necessity. So that picture is of advertising innovation in New York in subway tunnels, where once the advertising community realized that there are now no more billboards left, they started putting this pictures in the subway tunnel, and that was a runaway success. So necessity can drive innovation to a large extent as well. When we're talking about developing innovative thinking, right, there are some 4 or 5 key points that I had. The first and the most important was obviously to develop this curiosity and being able to encourage students and kids in terms of asking questions. The second is observation. Hemant mentioned that, and a lot of innovation has happened by simple observations. You take the example of sachets. That was a very, very innovative thought. Someone came by observing people. Recently, there have been a lot of health drinks for adults, which have come out of the erstwhile Bournvitas of the world. Ko learned his kung fu skills by Shifu master, who used just that observation that this guy loves food, so let me use food as an incentive to teach him kung fu. And I think that was a lot of things by observation. A lot of that is qualitative observation. There is a lot of quantitative observation as well, so which requires a lot of data and analysis, and to me that's also innovation. So insurance companies have been using very innovative models, quantitative models, to drive innovation in their industry. And what it requires in the education system or in the training environment is a lot of this thinking that you have to develop in terms of rows and columns and spreadsheets, which to some extent seems diagonally opposite from the creative aspect of innovation, but nonetheless is necessary if you're looking at business applications of innovation. So beyond observation, visualization is to me the third most important aspect in developing that innovative thinking. And I see this missing, especially in India, a lot, that the ability to visualize and see what can be rather than what is a very, very important skill, and has to be encouraged and developed very, very consciously. In visualization, one of the tricks that I've seen work successfully is the art of storytelling. So if you've got a bunch of young guys who are telling stories to each other and the audience can visualize what's going on, I think that's a very, very important skill that's required in the industry as well. Taking initiative. So, it's all good that I've developed the thinking, but where am I applying it? And I think the biggest example of taking initiative is, the success of United States, which has primarily been made of immigrants, and immigrants took that first step, which is taken initiative to move to US, and that in itself has driven a lot of success. Another quick example from my hometown, Indore. Everyone knows Maggie, and Maggie is a favorite snack for the young generation. But then someone actually started this company, which is a runaway success, called FII, it's Maggie. All that did was they converted this innovative thought into action. So that thought into action, I think, is very, very important. Last part, Hemant spoke about the risk or the failure, and someone has to take the leap. So this is something that people are very afraid of in our Indian community. So if we are able to create an environment which allows people to take risks, take that leap, I think it will go a long way in terms of helping them. Post-it notes, for those who know, was created by 3M, and it was not even an intended product, right? But it became a runaway success because they took risks. Thomas Edison is very famous for saying that it's not failure, but it's just more ways of doing it. So I think I'm coming back to the learn by doing, that if we can allow our kids to be able to take that risk and start doing things, and of course provide some sort of safety so that they are not scared of taking risks, I think it can go a long way in developing their innovative and their independent thought processes. Last thing, just some parting notes. Web is definitely by far the most innovative place right now. This is just a picture of what happens in 1 minute of internet space. And as you can see, there are hundreds and thousands and millions of transactions happening on the web. That's probably the most innovative space today. All right, thank you.